We ready?
Yep. It's recording.
Oh boy. Okay. So, all right. So what I've been doing is, this is, if you're newer, this is something that I think you'll like. This has been a really cool call that has really kind of helped different teams, and we've done them separate. I've separately done them with the different diamond coaches and their team, their coaches. And it's really been helpful for some because I don't know why exactly, but I think it's been super helpful. And then I'll do some questions and stuff. So let me get my Facebook off for a second so it doesn't ding. Okay. So what I want to talk to you guys about tonight is your vision and your why, which is really like, yeah, I have a why, but sometimes we go through times of why am I here, and what exactly am I working towards, and you get lost in the mix. And being that it's a new quarter, second quarter of the year, I've just been doing powwows with everyone to kind of go over and review. And like those of you who've been around for years and you're like, man, I don't remember what I'm, you get into the hustle and the bustle of the business, you get into different things, and you've got to go back to square one of what made you say yes to coaching in the first place. So what I do is I'll tell you a little bit about why and revolving why, revolving. So your why is going to revolve, you're going to hit goals. So here's the cool thing about this business is every goal that you write down will come true. So I have this little book. I've actually switched it out to this other book. I like books. Notebooks are good. I got this cool book. It just says Make It Happen on there. I found this awesome website with these really cool things that, I don't know, they're just fun. Anyway, so what I used to use this book. It's called my little book of big ideas, and every single day or every week I would rewrite my goals in the book. So you can see this book's been written in a lot, and a lot of them are repeated because I haven't hit them yet. And a lot of them are new because some of them have been hit. And it's really fun to go back and to see where I wrote, I want to be a Success Club 10 All-Star, and then I write check, done. I want to have thousands of coaches on our team. I want to pay for the pool in cash and get the pool in the backyard. I want to be elite in 2014. That's done. And it's like really cool stuff when you really take time. And I mean, when I say time, like minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, and just every day, every other day, every week, write down your true goals, like personal and business goals. What size jean do you want to be, right? Do you want to be a size 4 or a size 6, or you want to drop 2 sizes? Like, write it down. It's really important that you write it down. How much do you want to make a week? And here's a crazy story. So I've been watching, if you guys play around on YouTube, you'll see a lot of coaches have a lot of videos out there. And there's a diamond training going on that's not the one we're doing. It's a different one that's almost done. And I saw Amy Silverman on it, and she said when she was new, Barbie Decker sat down with her to go over her goals. And she said, I want to just make $5,000 a week. That was her goal. And Barbie was like, it's not big enough. And it was like, for me, it's been, I want to get to a consistent $5,000 a week, me personally. And it was like one of those like, well, I never thought about writing something bigger, because you're so wrapped up in, I'm just trying to get to 500 and I'm just trying to get to 1,000, right? And when she wasn't even at $1,000 a week, Barbie's got her writing 10,000. And there's a point where you can get paralyzed of, man, you can't like even imagine that, right? And here's what you got to do. So we'll go over, like, here's the thing. If you stay consistent, if you get Success Club every single month, that means you're bringing in new coaches. That means that you're adding that's a benchmark that your business is growing, right? If or did I say coaches? You're bringing in new challengers and coaches, sorry. So Success Club is kind of like this benchmark of, okay, I've helped 3 new people this month, and I'm going to pay attention to them in the challenge group. I'm going to make sure they're getting results, and then I'm going to look at them as potential for coaching. And that's kind of how the cycle works, right? We use free stuff, free giveaways, free groups to make friends, to build trust with them, so they will want to work with us, because we can't always just be like, hey, here's this challenge pack, purchase it, because people were like, whoa, back up. I have a girl right now who I've been talking to forever, and she's off to the store to buy a protein shake right now, and was supposed to buy a challenge pack on Friday. So it happens to all of us, and I'm just like over here like, you're going to go waste money on this protein shake when you've been saving to buy this pack. And anyways, you get my point. So I tell you this because it's a benchmark measure, because here's the thing, the goals that you write down, there's no reason you will not achieve them unless you stop. That's the only way you're going to not achieve them. This business, Beachbody, is not going anywhere. At least, I mean, it's got years and years and years. And, you know, if you're watching Carl, if you listen to Carl today, he wants to get to 1 million coaches. That means he wants to pay out more money, bring in more people to help grow the business, and you can be a part of that 1 million coaches, right? They can be in your team, right? If you choose to go for Success Club and continue to invite. And it was kind of crazy because I listened to another call today that popped up in my YouTube, and I like to listen to the calls when I'm working. And she had said, and I posted this in the team page, she said, it's your ego when you're not offering this opportunity to people. It's you holding somebody's future in your mouth by not saying something. And it's your ego that gets wrapped up in but they're going to say no, or but I'm afraid of rejection. Well, that's something you don't have to worry about. Your job is just to pass the message along of this gift of an opportunity that you have that can change their life. That's all your job is. And if they say no to it, that's like this one going to buy the protein shake right now. I'm over here like, you know, like you're wasting money, and you shake your head and you deal with it. And then you go on to somebody new because they'll be back. They're going to keep watching you as long as you're continuing to post and show up to your Facebook. They'll be back. And I'm sure a lot of you have been around long enough to know, yep, they'll be back. So so let's go back to, I went a little ahead with getting to that goal, but really what I've asked all the teams to do is go into the chat box and write out like truly where you're at and what you want with this business. Like, what do you want? Why did you say yes? You know, and I don't want to hear I came in to help people, because we're all here for that. Like, we all love health and fitness. We all love the programs. Everybody loves Shakeology, and everybody wants to help people. And we don't have to be a coach to do that. We can do that for free on Facebook and groups, whatever. We don't have to be a coach. There's a reason you jumped into coaching, and there's something you want from it. And guys, like this, it's okay to be selfish, and it's okay to have things that you want that aren't selfish. So I'm going to just name some things that are on my vision board and all this. I am visual, and it's all over here. So I'm looking over here while I'm talking to you. I have 2015 goals. I wrote them in a big, huge piece of paper to stare at every day, and then I rewrite them at least once a week. If not, I try to get them in every day, because subconsciously it reminds you, like, what am I doing this for, right? Because you have those days where you're like, everybody said no, this girl's going to buy a protein shake, and well, there goes that. And I'm like, well, I don't know what she's doing. Like, why is she being dumb? Or like, this coach just canceled on me, and this person's going inactive, and this person did a return. And like, and it feels like the world might be coming against you, but then you go back to like, why did I say yes to this again? And what am I in this for? Because if you keep going, you're going to hit the goal. That's the cool thing about this. I've been pushing for 10-star diamond. This is the 3rd quarter I've been pushing. We'll see if I hit it. I'm so close. It's like, and it's part of my control right now, because I have to get Hal's diamond all reorganized, and that's a huge control under mine. So the struggle is real to get there, but I haven't let it define me in a way of, oh, I missed the goal. Oh, I missed, the goal was set for August something. August, I don't know. If you're Ashton would know because she was probably involved when I said, here's the date. And then I was quiet about it. I didn't talk about it too much, but I was trying, because I like to think about others' goals, but it's also a goal I've been trying to push for. Well, it failed by 2 inactive coaches. So you can imagine that's a very hefty bonus, and that could have shut me down forever or for a long time. It could have put me in a depression. It could have spiraled me in such ways because that's a big ouch, right? But I figured, I was like, okay, there's a reason it didn't happen yet, and that's okay. Like, I don't know why, and maybe I could have done something different, but I did shoot from, I was at 6-star at the time, and I made it to 8-star, which is kind of cool. It bumped me up a little bit. I shot high, and I landed kind of low, or I landed in the middle. I guess I wouldn't say low. And then we went into the first quarter, and I tried again. And we got, I got to where I got real smart about what I was doing. Like, okay, I need to place in these right spots, because if you keep placing in the right spots, it's going to happen. And now I'm in a position to, I'm close to popping to a much higher rank as we continue to go. But my point of telling you this isn't because I want you to hear my goals. It's because it's going to happen, whether it's going to be this quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, or first quarter of 2016. At some point, it will happen where everybody comes together, everybody's a diamond plus. The goal, of course, is that all your personally sponsored coaches hit 5-star. That's what you want. Why would you not, Like, they don't just have to be diamonds. You want your coaches to be 10 stars too. Why not? Why not? Why can't we all be that, right? There's no difference between me and you. I've just been around a little tiny bit longer. So it's been on my goal board. I rewrite it all the time. And the crazy thing is it's very close. And a lot of it's my control. It's literally, I think I have to build, I think I need 2 more on Hal's team. And then, you guys know Ashley's kind of come in. She made a video today, and she took out a loan to become a coach, and it's totally paid back. She's fastest diamond I've ever, she hits diamond this week, this fastest one on the whole entire team. Quay was 53 days, and she's like, this is her 5th week she'll probably be kind of the same time frame as most of us, but she literally just had some placement issues from last week. So we'll see what happens this week. And, they come, and it's so cool. They start to build, and like all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, I'm at 5-star. Like, this is so cool. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how that happens. So anyways, that's a lot of talking. So I want you to think about your goals, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my vision board. If you're visual, you've got to just blast some awesome music, some motivational, Les Brown, not Les Mills, whoever pumps you up in your head, and you've got to create your vision, and you've got to know what you're working towards, because the reason that I can keep going every day, even though I lost a bonus here, I had a really crazy situation take place 2 weeks ago. Like, I got told a lot of really rough stuff by a coach that it was very religious cult stuff at me, that I needed to talk more religion in the team, and it was really weird. And it affected me to where I was like, I'm about to have a mental breakdown because I don't know what this is about, and I was trying not to own it. And that happens, crazy people come around. I'd say this is like once in every so many years, but I tell you that because it happens. And so anyways, I have to keep my vision in front of me to keep going when certain craziness comes at you, because life is always going to come at you. So on my board, which I actually want to kind of redo, I had, decorate my backyard and build my dream pool. And then I have a boat, because we live about 10 miles from a big, huge lake. And Hal wants to go boating and all that. So on top of a pool, he wants a boat. I have 100 coaches to go to Summit. And we are at, I think, 75 or something like that are coming. And we still have time for more to come. I have down all my student loans paid off. I've paid off almost all, but there's just a chunk left, just a tiny chunk. I did a team retreat in Salt Lake City. Check that off, paid cash for that. Take my diamonds on vacation. That's in the, I'm trying to figure that one out, in the works down the road. I have helped 10 coaches hit multi-star diamond, which is 2+ star and above. Help 5 coaches go elite this year, and that's a big focus for me. Like, I'm all over that. Help 10 coaches go diamond, and I've got 3 who hit it, so I've got 7 to help still this year. I've got complete, 3 rounds of the 21-day fix, saved $50,000, and I've saved a lot. I have that I want to double income. I also have that I want to donate towards charity. And something really cool that I got to do this past year was, because of Beachbody, I went to LA, and I went to a Danny Johnson seminar in LA last January. And I heard a story about young kids who are in the human trafficking hole. Like, they get sold, and like, these adults buy them. And I was trying to wrap my head around, like, this is a real, like, this really happens. I would like to support this cause and these kids getting out of this craziness, because that's ridiculous. And that's just where my heart went when it came to charity. And I always like to give to different charities, but when in specific, I stick with this one. I've sponsored children from Thailand. They're connected with a company in Tennessee. And then I was able to provide a whole Christmas for them this year, which was really cool. So there's 25 of them. They live in a home. I helped fly a girl over there. She went with, I think, one other person. I helped pay for her plane ticket. And then I fed all the kids and gave them gifts for Christmas. And I was able to do it all. Like, there's 25 of them. And that's something that is not a pool in my backyard. It's not, taking my kids to Disney World or whatever. It's something that you can do, because when you get to $10,000 a week, I mean, giving is a huge piece, because those kids, they can't control anything right now. They're kids. There's nothing and nobody that can save them, with the exception of this company that is out there trying to save them. And they need help, right? And so I have this opportunity in front of me that's helped me do a lot of stuff and has gotten me to a point where I can give. And so I like to, I believe the more you give, the more you'll get back. I do believe that in all ways. I believe that in terms of posts on Facebook, giving tips, giving ideas, giving suggestions, helping people, even though, they didn't buy a challenge pack from you. I had a girl sign up to coach yesterday. I'm not on my team, but we've been, together and chatting. And so, again, this stuff happens. But I've come to this, conclusion that no matter what comes at you, no matter what, life is going to throw stuff. Look at Katie Ersta. She's a great example. Hello, she woke up to cancer and stage 4. I mean, and she still hit elite coach. She still worked her butt off, got elite for the past 2 years, I think, or something like that. And she, has been able to pay off those medical bills. So when I say your why is evolving, when I started Beachbody, my why was just go to the Bahamas. I just wanted to go on the free vacation that the company was taking us on if we got Success Club. So I got into this habit of, okay, I got to get these points every month. And my initial reason to saying yes was I'd lost all this weight, and I wanted to help other people feel like I felt. I wanted them to feel amazing and lose weight. And I had done it through a trainer, and there was no way I was going to be able to do the personal trainer thing, because everybody was going to him and he was popular in my area. And I wanted to go back to school and do some stuff, and Hal was like, no way. And we were trying to sell our house. My company had, y'all probably know my corporate story. I worked for a corporate company. They shut the doors. Plan B had to come into action. I watched coaching for 8 solid months. I watched them post like crazy, and the posts were what got me. So, your why evolves. It goes from wanting to go to the Bahamas to getting to the Bahamas and being like, oh man, I could make $100,000 if I just step it up a little bit. And then it evolves to, oh man, I could be elite if I really step it up. And then it evolves to, I could pay off my debt. All my credit cards could get paid off with this business. Chunk by chunk, I could knock them off. I could knock them down. $200 a month, whatever you need to do. Like, and it's like, wow, I'm paying my mortgage in less than a week's pay. This is crazy. And it just continues to evolve. And you start to just think, man, I had this goal of like going on this cruise, right? Or going to the Bahamas. And then all of a sudden life hit me with, you're not going to have kids any easy. You're going to have to go through quite a journey, right? And that was a very, like, I could have shut down. I could have, I think I would say I was definitely doing the bare minimum of work because I was definitely in a hard space. But this was like, it was so positive and energetic and everybody was rooting me on that it was an outlet for me. It was like, instead of going to the bar and drinking my sorrows away, right, I was doing Beachbody. And so it kept me busy. It kept my mind busy when I was getting bad news. It kept my mind busy when the doctor was like, no, this isn't happening. Like, I'd spend about 24 hours really mad and really upset. And then I'd wake up and I'd go back to helping people. And it kept me busy and distracted from the pain of, why am I on this earth again? Like, are you kidding me? I'm here and I was born. I'm married. I'm supposed to have kids. You're kidding me, right? Right. And then it evolved to the kids actually came about. So, I'm real passionate about people who struggle to just keep fighting because it'll happen. And I was able to pay all those medical bills. So you can, lots of injections, it was a lot. And lots of hospital stays, lots of bed rest, lots of just so much stuff they had to do to keep the babies baking, so much they had to do to get them here and then to keep them baking for as long as they did. And then it was NICU time when they came out, right? And then Brock had special needs and we had to go to the doctor like twice a week. We had to go to physical therapy. There was so much involved. And I never stopped Success Club, but I did a lot of bare minimum work because that's okay. And it still got me here. I made sure, all right, I need to bring in at least 4 new coaches this month, or maybe 6. If I could do 10, that'd be great. But if I can do 4, okay. And you shoot high, and then you get like, okay, I got 2 in this month. Perfect. Okay, that's better than nothing, right? It's better than going and not growing your team. You set really high goals, and then you'll get there. It may not be within that time frame of the goals you set. Like, sure, you want to sign up 10 coaches let's say you want to sign up 10 coaches from now till June 30th or whatever, right? And let's say you hit 5. Hey, that's pretty awesome. You shot high, you got something, right? It's better than shutting yourself completely out and being like, there's just no way I'll ever make $10,000 a week. There's no way I'm ever going to be a 2-star. There's no way I'm ever going to be a 5-star. No. You got to turn yourself around and you got to say, I will get there. And I'm not going to tell you how because we don't know how we're going to get there. Like, you never know who you're going to sign up that's just going to blow this thing up. And you're going to be like, well, I didn't see that coming. And that's how it works. I mean, and we'll talk about like how to kind of attract them in, but I encourage you guys to write your goal, write why you're doing this. If you want to write it in the chat and we can like share a couple. So many of you on this call are like so close to a certain rank. And that should be a massive goal for you to get done right away, right? That should be first and foremost. Like if I hit diamond, let's say, my income will jump a bit, And then if I remain diamond and it's firmed up to where it's solid and I've created this emerald factory, right? Because every coach you sign up, you should be teaching to hit emerald, to hit Success Club. If that's part of what they want to do. If they're discount, that's another story. If they're hobbyists, you can certainly tell them about Success Club. You can certainly tell them about going emerald and diamond and all that good stuff. And then just kind of lower that expectation of them because odds are they're going to sign a couple people and that's okay. The more you sign up who sign a couple people, it's not going to help you rank advance, but it is going to just jump your volume, which is nice, and it's going to firm your diamond up. But you will find people who are going to come in and be like, hey, I want to be a 5-star. I've got Ashley, I told you about her, and Quay, you probably know Quay. They want to be me. They want to get to here. Where am I? 8-star, 10-star, whatever. They want to be elite. That's where they want to be. That's where their head's set. And that's what they're focused on. And they're like, whatever whatever you've done, I want to know how you did it, and so I can go do it. And that's cool. We like that because it's not fun, you know, to be this like elite person and go to elite dinners and be like, I don't have any team here. Like, I have friends here, but it'd be cool to have some team. It's fun to bring your team along with you. So if you guys want to share more about your goals, like, you really gotta like, why did I say yes to this? And what do I want from this? I've done some big stuff. I've been able to purchase a home here in Arizona because when we were working towards that Bahamas trip, Hal had to short sale his condo that we were living in. It was a nice condo, but the adults that lived in it were dying. They were older, and the kids were just selling the homes, bottomed out because they were trying to get rid of them. So he couldn't compete with that, and he just let it go. And he's got, I think, another year before he can have his name on a house. So it's almost, I think this will be 3 years, so we have one more year. It's 4 years. It used to be like 2 to 3, and now it's 4. Hopefully 4 is 4, because I've also heard, you know, they keep moving it around. So I was able to purchase this home with Beachbody income. We got the pool, which I've been sharing about a lot because it's hot here and I want to be able to be like I'm on vacation every day. So that was part of my vision. That's a huge part. When I was a kid, I went to San Diego and I spent summers there, and I remember the beach and I remember the pool, and I remember thinking, man, I need to live here. This is like too cool. Like the snow over here, not so cool, man. I'm not cool with the snow. It's fun for like a day or two, a weekend in the snow, but not every day. It gets old. I'm sick, you know, shoveling and being stuck and driving around, you know, not knowing if a car is going to slide into you. Like the ice, everything about it frustrated me. Like it caused me so much stress, as did my day job. Like I was on anxiety medicine. I was on sleeping medicine because it was horrible, because I had to wake up and face the day, and I didn't want to face the day. I did not want to deal with it. I hated it. It was miserable. It was horrible. Now I get really excited because I get to get up and I get to go meet new people. I get to help people. If I want to go hang out with the kids, I can go hang out with the kids. If I want to take a nap, I can certainly take a nap. I don't nap all that often, but I have the option. If I want to go in my pool, right? Once the pool is done, I can shut down and go in my pool because I've built this. So you guys think about like, what is it you want? I mean, and I'm going as far as to tell you, if Hal wanted to quit his job, we could do that, because I make you know, the income is grown all from just focusing on that success club every month, making a goal of bringing in some new coaches, and, you know, duplicating it by saying, hey, this is how I got here. I got success club. I brought in coaches. That's what you need to do. You keep doing that, and you need to teach your people that. And you got to find the right people that want to do that. And we'll talk about that too. And you're going to hit goals, and they're going to hit goals. So think about like, and you don't, you know, you can write it. Some people write it in the chat and some don't, but you can share if you want, like why, you know, what your why is. And it's okay if it's like, man, when I signed up, it was discount, and now it's like, holy crap, I think I want to make $5,000 a week or whatever. Like it can be, if you have deep-seated dreams, they're coming. It's all, this business is just time, patience, perseverance. It's patience, perseverance, persistence. It's dealing with the no's and the objections and the struggles, and just press them right through. Like, oh, well, they said no. Oh, well, they're going to buy a protein shake right now. That's stupid, but oh, well, right? Or like they signed up with someone else. Awesome. Like, yeah, it's frustrating, and it doesn't happen all that often, but when it does, it's our way of being able to press through, you know, because we know, well, so what? There's no scarcity in this business. There's people everywhere, all around you, man or woman. I mean, if you're all in the It Starts With Diamond group, you know, you got Mike Ryan, Jeff Armbruster, there's other guy named David in there. There's another guy, got Dave Ward. You got ladies. They've all built this thing. So there's no female dominant anything in this business. I mean, they're dominating the top 10 boards right now, which is fine. But that's one thing. It's not, these guys have built, I mean, they're millionaire people. They're 6-figure earning. Obviously, that makes them millionaire. I mean, yeah. But my point is, like, there's really no room to think, man, I can't do this. It's all in your head. And that's where personal development comes in. So important. It's like your nutrition. To lose the weight, you got to eat the right foods, right? And you got to get that 30 minutes or 60 minutes in of exercise. Same thing with personal development. It's to keep your head straight for when those things come at you. And if you don't, I've heard if you don't even own them, like, you may feel like you're struggling and you're like, oh, I'm struggling so bad. And you're like, no, I got this. I'm not struggling. You actually like catch yourself and start telling yourself, I've got this. I'm good at this. I'm successful. I'm a great mom. I'm a great dad. I'm a great husband. I'm a great wife. And you start giving yourself those affirmations. They're really important because it helps you. And I know it sounds, I still am like, really? And I just walk around saying this stuff like, this is weird, but it works. And it's important because you've got goals and we've only got so much time on this earth. And we've got people waiting on us to bring this to them so they can change their life. So, okay. I talk a lot. I want to be a beach CEO, plain and simple. So do you have like specifics? Like, if you get really detailed, you don't have to share them with me. It's fun to share them though because it helps hold you accountable. Like, how many coaches do you want on your team, right? You open your back office and you see XYZ amount of coaches on your, holy crap. Okay. You see like XYZ amount of coaches on your team, right? Maybe you want 1,000, maybe you want 2,000. Like, and you focus on, you know, helping your team grow. All right. So Janelle shared, she said, I started for a few reasons. I know that if I started coaching, it would make me stay accountable to lose the weight I want to lose, which is 75 pounds total. And because of finding out Camden was diagnosed with diabetes, I want to make sure that I set a good example for him and teach him how to be healthy. I want to be a 5-star diamond. I want to be able to stay home with the kids and pay off my debt and my husband's and be able to pay for my son's medical expenses and to make sure that he never has to worry about the cost of those expenses when he's an adult. And I just found out today I need to have surgery on my shoulder. Don't know many details, but I'm going to need to pay for that somehow. Okay, so let's break this down. So your why is your family. Your why is going to be financial, freedom, or family. It's one of the three, and then there's going to be specifics around it. And a lot of people, I'll tell you a little bit about like my ideal target customer and help you kind of figure out yours because anyways, I'll tell you that a little bit more in a sec. But so your why is ultimately right now it's financial, really, when I look at it, because you are trying to pay off a debt and you have a job and there's nothing wrong with that. And you're also trying to get to a freedom level of being home with those kids, right? Because how long are they going to be around before they're ready to go run around with their own friends and, you know, start their own families and stuff? And it seems far away, but it's really not, because I just celebrated 5 years of marriage and I'm like, wait, what? What? 5 years? What? I swear I just got married. And I'm looking back and I'm just like, wow, that went by so freaking fast. And that's how life is. And I'm sure some of you have older kids and you're shaking your head like, yep, I don't even know how my kids are 10, 12, you know, whatever, like 5, 6. And you're like, how did this even happen? I swear I just gave birth, or my wife gave birth, or whatever. Or, you know, like Missy Hacker is a partner of mine. Like we work a lot real close together, and her kids are, I think they're 8 and 10. And she's just like, I've got 8 years left with my one kid. And then she turns 18 and then she's going to be off. And that's 3+ years to my 5, which seems like it just happened yesterday. So I tell you that because you guys need to really put your mind to work and put your fingers to work, right? Get out there and talk to people, because the faster you build, it's not even the faster. This is my 4th year that I just hit 4 years, just hit it. And I make, I don't know, I should make 200,000+ this year, 250 or something like that. And that's all because I made sure I got Success Club every month. I made sure there was a number of coaches I was bringing in, and I made sure that I was training them who wanted to work it. Like, I brought them in, and you guys may be like, yeah, I bring in coaches, but they don't want to do anything. That's okay. That's okay. I've got that too. Believe me, there's a lot that I've got that don't do anything and have told me they're going to build this thing to millions, and they've not done a thing. So that happens. It's just part of this. A really awesome book to read is called Beach Money by Jordan Adler. It's a great book to help you remind yourself of your vision. Like, you've got to have that vision in front of you. You've got to have this why in front of you every day. And it has to evolve, because you're going to hit goals and be like, okay, what's next? What's next? You can't hit diamond and be like, woohoo, I've made it, because that's not what's next. You got superstar diamonds, superstar 2s, superstar 3s who are still over there going, what's next? What's next for me? And it's not a money hungry thing. It's honestly a purpose driven. This is my purpose. If I can make this kind of income and build this life, I want to help more people do that. Right. And so it's not just about like, I need to get to 5 superstar diamond business centers. That's not what it's all about. It will get you there by you, really putting your passion and purpose behind this and showing people you really want to help them and you really want to help them succeed, especially your coaches. And when I say that, I don't mean you're going to spend hours upon hours doing the work for them. You're just going to be their example and say, hey, I'm out here with you. I'm out here talking to people. You're not alone. Like, I tell you guys this, I'm a 3-time elite coach. I could probably go sit in the pool all summer if I wanted to and not do much, but I'm out there every day like you guys. Every single day I wake up, whose life can I help today? Who can I help today? I treat it like it's the first day of my job or the first day as a coach. That's how I wake up. I don't even look at the rank. I don't even look at the volume. I don't look at all that. I look at who else can I go out and show this opportunity to that could buy a house in Arizona out of the cold, that may need a plan B because their job may shut down on them. And if, health insurance is a thing, we've priced that out and you can get it fairly decently. So don't let that hold you up either. We've been, Hal has amazing health insurance and we're over here like, but he only gets 3 weeks vacation. So it's Summit, right? It's the Success Club trip. It's Utah trip. And maybe he'll go to leadership and maybe he can take a day to go fishing, right? And then it's pretty much done. But if he were to do something else and dream a little big, instead of working for corporate and doing things, building someone else's dream, he could have that fishing trip or go on that hunting trip or get the guys together and go do a guy trip or just hang out in the pool in the afternoon, right? Okay, so for Janelle, honestly, Janelle, you're amazing at this business. I see you've got a nice sized team already. You just have to power hour it. I know you're busy. I know you don't have a lot of time. So you have to master a power hour. And I think that you have to use this tracker. This thing, I resisted this thing forever. And it's been 1.5 years now that I've been using it. And I've had Success Club 10 to 30 to 40 every month because I track. It's helped me so much. Like, it helps me be like, oh, wow, I haven't really invited anyone to the business. I must have been following up with people who I've already talked to, and this means I need to go put it in front of new faces. It helps me to say, oh, wow, I haven't added any new friends in forever. Oh, I haven't invited anyone to the challenge groups. Oh, I only invited 2 this week. That's not good. Or it helps me say, wow, I've invited over 30 people this week. No wonder I've sold so many challenge packs or I've got so many new coaches because my numbers are higher because there is numbers behind this. That's part of, when you're a CEO, you got to track your stuff. This is your business. The guy who owns Kohl's, Target, the CEOs, every day they're paying attention to numbers and they're looking at like what's working and what's not, what product's working really well. Stick with it. Is the 21-day fix working for you? Don't try and create some body beast group, because it may not work, because your niche market only wants one thing or maybe two. My niche market wants the fix. They want PIO, Turbo Fire. What else do I sell? I think that's about it. Probably Size will probably be popular because it's similar to, it's sort of like a Turbo Fire. It's a different kind of dance, but I'm sure that'll be popular. The majority of my people are Turbo people or Schleem people, so PIO was huge. 21-day fix was a whole game-changing product, so that was huge. So if P90X is not something that ever works for you, or if it is what works for you, stick with it. Don't try and, feel like you need to do a booty challenge and Brazil butt lift and you're like, well, that didn't go over so well. Stick with what works. I use the same freaking post every week to recruit new challengers. I don't change it. I mean, yeah, you can theme it. I think about theming it, and I kind of theme it around holidays a little bit, but whatever. All right, so I declare I'm a superstar diamond coach, helping millions to achieve their goals through Beachbody, and I declare my freedom of time and debt for my family, providing a legacy for my children, and I declare I'm faith-driven, goal-knocking, motivational speaker to inspire others to achieve their lifelong goals, sowing seeds that benefits others. I'm making 6 figures plus doing what I love to do, making me feel like I never work a day in my life. So that's good. Like, I like the way she speaks because she's saying it's going to happen. And the truth is it may be 18 before she hits it, right? Let's just hypothetically say, like, I'm just looking at 10 star. It's been 3 quarters now. And I'm like, any day now, let's start qualifying any day now, right? But I just keep going. I'm like, I'll get there. It doesn't matter. So what if I didn't hit it now? Sure, it'd be great. It'd be so great if I hit it yesterday, but I didn't. And if I just keep going, I'll hit it. You got to keep that in your head. Like, so what? I didn't hit diamond yet. So what? I didn't hit emerald. So what? I didn't hit, what else is there? 2 star. It's coming. If I keep this up, it's coming. If I keep bringing on new people in the right spots, it's going to come. So we talk about, well, okay, Lyndsi, how do I get these business builders? So how it works is you have to really figure out who the heck you're going to work with. And for guys, there's a lot of guys on this call. I think it's okay if you want to work with girls. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I believe that all the top coaches I know have a lot of girls on their team. So I wouldn't be so, I don't know that I would count them out. I know a lot of girls prefer to work with girls, and it's all good. So there's an avatar sheet on the team page, and I encourage you to print it out and to really sit down and decide, like, who do I want to work with? I know I have a couple guys on my team who they don't want to work social media so much. They'd rather do the face-to-face thing. They'd rather get on the phone. They'd rather go out and meet people, wear and share, do stuff like that. And that's totally cool. I am not very skilled in that, only because I don't get out of the house all that much with these two that are screaming behind me. I can hear them screaming. And I don't get out of the house all that much. I think when they get older, I'll probably get there, and I'm okay with that, like doing the face-to-face thing. But I'm not that great at the training of it right now because, honestly, all I can tell you is when you go to soccer games or you're at baseball practice or you're at, the Walmart or whatever, wear and share, have your phone on you. I don't even know if you need business cards, to be honest. I mean, you can have them. They're great. But, like, part of me says as long as you get their information and you go back and follow up with them, you're good to go. So, I haven't had business cards in years because I'm too lazy to, I would rather have someone make them for me. I don't even want to turn in the freaking photo just to get them printed because I'm lazy. I'd rather work on the team logo and, the retreat and all that than work on business cards. Just my thing. I'd rather use this tracker than work on business cards. But what I do when I go out and people start to ask about Beachbody, I pull the phone out and I'm like, where are you on Facebook? Oh, that just reminds me. I made new friends at Ulta right before Cancun. I forgot to reach out to them. But you get my point. Oh my God, I totally gotta go reach out to them. Anyways, you get my point. So I went to Ulta and that was like a thing. And they were like, you're going where and you're not paying for it, what are you doing? I want a part of what you're doing. And looking back now, I gotta remember their names so maybe you write their names down too, because that'll be good. I know I made friends with them on Facebook, so they're probably watching my posts. For all I know, we're talking, it gets that bad. Like, you add so many friends where you're like, where did I meet this person again? And you do, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm just thinking about it right now, like, man. Even Ashley, she's like, we went to twin mom group. I'm like, we did? Okay. Because it's so, I meet a lot of new people. Like, I added at least 5 to 6 new friends today alone. And I invited, I have 6 invites out so far. And I have messages waiting on me for me to finish with inviting. So you can imagine if I did 6 today and I made 6 new friends, and then I do that for the rest of the week, that's 6 times 5 if I take the weekend off, right? And guys, it doesn't have to be 6 every day. If you have a day that you're so slammed and you only get 2 invites out, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You got 2 out, right? It's okay. Just mark it down so you know. Or if it's Saturday and you're going and going and going, you're like, yeah, I talked to like a person or 2. Just make a note. Like, hey, I got 2 people out. Or a day goes by, you're like, I totally didn't get anything done today. Okay, make up for it another day, That's the cool thing about this business is you can easily make up for it fast. Facebook ads are amazing when you get them all figured out. It's an easy way to attract people in. You got to grow your page, of course, so that takes time. But so you take the avatar and you write out who is your ideal customer. And when I say that, I mean, what's their age? Like, are they female? Are they male? What color is their hair? Where do they live? What do they do for a living? Who are they? Like, what do they love? I'm telling you, I bet when I had a coach do a thing she did a speech at Super Saturday, and she talked about her ideal person likes the show Scandal. I don't know where, I've never heard of it or seen it, but her ideal person will be like watching this Scandal show because she watches it. And my ideal person is probably watching the Kardashians because, like, I think I love the Kardashians. Like, they're the craziest. Like, I can't even wrap my head around what's going on with Bruce right now, but it's like, I'm like, I love it. Like, I just am like, I don't want him to change, right? I'm like, kind of like, no, don't go away, Bruce. Like, why are you getting divorced? Like, I'm one of those people. And my ideal person is like me and is like that. But then there's people who are like, no, I don't do the Kardashians. No way, no how. And then there's me. I don't do the Housewives of Beverly Hills and all that. Like, I can't get into it. I can't get into movies. I have a hard time getting into movies. I just watched the 50 Shades movie, and I'm still like, what did I just watch? Like, what just happened? And it's like, I never get into stuff like that. But your ideal person is into something. They may be into games. They may be into, and you're going to find them in these places, groups, like the twin moms. It's kind of funny because I thought that was my ideal. Like, I thought the twin moms was my niche because I can handle, like, I'm a twin mom, right? But Rachel kind of taught me, she was like, they are and they aren't. She's like, a certain chunk of them are, but the stay-at-home mom who's like 24/7 about their children, like, you're 24/7 about your kids, right? They're priority, but you have to provide. And it's really healthy to show them that you're working because it teaches them as they grow. And this may be rubbing some people the wrong way, but it's true. I've had a lot of stay-at-home moms be like, kids, 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 kids. I can't do this, kids, kids, kids. And it's like, okay, you can get a power hour in. You can show them, like, hey, mom's got to work because this is something you're going to have to do as you get older. Like, mom's going to spend time with you, but mom has to work. And you can create the goals together. Like, if mom hits all these goals, we're going to get Beachbodyopoly, or we're going to whatever, like, whatever's going on. Or you create a family goal. Like, if mom hits this diamond goal, we're going to go out to Chuck E. Cheese, or we're going to go to, I don't know, something that your kids really want to do. Disneyland World, whatever. That's a big goal, but it's an awesome goal. One of the top 10 coaches, she had set that goal. Like, I just want to be able to pay cash to go to Disney World with my kids because I can't. And sure enough, I think she did it like last year or something, and she was able to take them. And they knew, like, this was coming if mom hit her goals or dad, and they start to help you and hold you accountable because it's like, hey, I got to hit XYZ amount of points this month, and if I do it, we'll go out for ice cream. or whatever, or I don't know, we'll go to the bounce house. You know, all these different options that you have, right? And they're like, okay, did you hit 5 yet? Did you hit 10 yet? Like, are you there yet? Let's go. And they help you. And that really helps you to work your business and move it forward. So anyways, it was interesting because the Lyndsi, like, this girl is looking for people who are truly obsessed with freedom, like freedom of time to do what you want. You hear my kids screaming? Hal's like, ah! You hear? Okay, it's bedtime here. Freedom of time, freedom to, you know, be able to be home if you want to be home, freedom to jump in a car and go to the zoo, or go to, I don't know, Wisconsin Dells if you're by the Dells, or, you know, water parks near you, or maybe you want to go away for a weekend and just hang out and do something. Like, I look for people who want that, who want to do big things, who are going to go hard and build this thing strong. And I found some of the moms that I connected with were like, I'm just, you know, I just want to be home with the kids, and like, I'm like, you need to grow your income, you know. And so it was interesting. So I started speaking to Lyndsi, who said yes to Beachbody back in whenever I said yes. And I go back to that girl and I was like, okay, who was I and what did I want? Right? What did I want? I wanted the vacation. I really want to travel. I want to go visit Europe. I would love to go to Australia. Hawaii's on my list. What's else? Alaska would be pretty cool, just because, like, I don't know if I'd really like it, but hey, why not? You know, and these things are kind of on my boards, right? My vision. And anyways, I tell you that because I was looking for people who have those kind of dreams, who aren't just, I just need to make an extra $100. Like, I'm looking for people who want to make more. And it's okay if I find people who just need the extra 100. It's no biggie. But when you're looking for that ideal person, like, you are looking for you. And you'll start to notice that you attract in you as you really start to speak to that person. I was telling Jarrell, I think he's on this call, he was asking me, what should I say for a call to action? I said, you need to be you. Don't say what I'm saying unless it sounds like you. Say it in a way that speaks to you, that's going to speak to people who are going to be attracted to you. Guy, girl, whatever. So when I speak to it, I speak to the person who was staring at Facebook, who was watching the posts every week on Thursdays. I'm getting paid, and I'm at home right now, and I'm getting paid to help others, and I would watch it every single Thursday, and I was like, no way. And I'm getting paid and rank advancement, and I was like, no way. For 8 months I did this. I every Thursday these things would start popping up, you know, ranks and these coaches, and I was like, is this for real? Are they kidding? And guys, that's why posting is so critical. Like, you gotta post stuff. And it's like, well, what do I post? Well, you gotta talk about, like, I shared Jarrell's post today and I said, look at what he's saying. Like, he's new, so he can't say I went and bought a house, right? Like, he can't go to Lyndsi's level yet because he's not there yet, but he can one day. Right now it's just my chapter 20 and his chapter 1. So he can say, I'm about to pay my car payment with Beachbody. Or he can say, groceries are paid. Or he can say, credit card's been paid off. Like, maybe you have a $500 credit card bill or $200, whatever, right? And you could say, like, hey, you know, I'm totally paid off this credit card. How freaking cool is that? Like, I think a lot bigger at this point, because right now I'm using the pool. The pool is my little ticket to, I talk about the pool. I talk about the freedom of being at home. I talk about, you know, significant income. I talk about that, and you guys can use that. You can say, I'm making a significant income, because if you look at the hours you're putting in for what you make, it's probably fairly significant. It may not be, you know, Lyndsi significant, but it's fairly significant. I think about, I'm always like, I hang out with a lot of $8, $12, you know, $10,000 a week people. They earn that money, and I'm just like, man, when am I going to get to that $8, $10, $12,000, $15,000 a week? Like, I want to get there. And I think about, like, why can't I just get there? And then I have to take a step back and be like, I'm actually doing pretty well. Like, I'm making, you know, I make anywhere, it's 6 figures, like $2,000 to $4,000 a week, just give or take on the weeks, a higher week, obviously, and it goes back and forth. And then there's bonuses that come in there, and you think about it, and it's like, man, I'm actually doing pretty good. Like, not a lot of people are working these kind of hours and getting this kind of money. And all those things that I did, all those extra hours I put in, or all those people I talked to, or all that, the time where I missed that 10-star, I missed that, like, or this income was the same for like 6 months. It was like, is this ever going to grow? Like, I just kept hustling and helping people. And I kept, like, I guess you could say, I like to think of it as cranking the wheel. Like, I just kept going, riding the bike or whatever. I just kept going. And I was like, is this income ever going to increase, right? You think like that. You may be thinking like that. But it did. It eventually, it took a shift and it went up. And that's through launch. That's taking advantage of launches. That's taking advantage of teaching your coaches Success Club, finding those business builders and using posts like what Jarrell did. You got to sit back and really think about, like, okay, what has Beachbody done for me? It's got me new friends. It's a whole new community. I'm going to Nashville, which is pretty cool. I've gone to Utah. Those of you who went to Utah, you may have gone to Mexico. You may not have. You may be going on the cruise. You can start talking about that. Like, hey, I'm going on this free vacation. You should come with me, or stuff like that. And like, that attracts people. That's how John Walls joined the team, is because I was posting from the Bahamas. And he was like, she's doing what? Because he was watching me post from the Bahamas. And I had met John through his wife. So I connected with her first, and then he just jumped on board with me before she did. And, I'm going to Disneyland this week, and I will be talking all about paying for cash for this trip and freedom to be there and share these memories with the little guys. This is the second time we're going, and, we went 6 months ago, paid cash. We got stuck there for weather reasons, which is crazy. We didn't have to stress about it financially. And you guys there's people out there that are like, I want to be like that. I want to get there. And I will do what it takes to get there. And I say things like that. In one of my posts, I'll say, I remember, being at work, and I remember the negative, toxic, like, I really use those words, the environment. And I remember thinking, I'll do whatever I have to never have to do this again. I will do whatever it takes. And it's true. Like, I'll do whatever it takes to never have to go back to a 9-to-5 and face that. I don't want to have to answer to somebody who's going to treat me poorly, and they're going to pay me, $35,000, which a lot of people are seeing, and it's crazy, because we were doing some math. I made a video, if you saw it today, in the team page, and I was doing like income progression, and I did the math from January to April, and I was like, wow, I've made over $50,000 or $60,000 already this year. And that's insane, right? It's only been a quarter in a month. That's craziness. And that's all because of Success Club every month, and just making sure I added new coaches and finding the right people to build. And then, you got your discounts, you got your hobbies. If you guys have any questions, you can totally start asking them. But that was through creative posts. And guys, what I do is I write the posts, I put them in my phone, I put them in my notebook, and I save them. And then I'll reshare them every so often when I'm ready. Like, I think of Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do this week? Is it a sneak peek group? And I have a calendar. I haven't put it up, or it's in the team, but it's not pinned, so sorry. But like, it's like, okay, is this week a sneak peek? Okay, let's talk about sneak peek. Do I need to add more coaches to the team right now? Am I slow? Like, I've only added one this month. Okay, let me make a post about recruiting. Do I need to, and I also privately talk to people face to face, on the phone, Facebook. I do all that as well. So it's not all just posting, but it's critical that you post, because people need to see the vision that you have and understand this is a real thing, because they're struggling to be like, is this for real? Like I was for 8 long months. I was like, no way. Really? No. Really? And went back and forth for 8 months. And I'm so thankful I said yes. And I say that in my post, like, I'm so thankful I said yes. I would not be here in Arizona. I don't know if my kids would be here today. That was hard. I don't know if I could have mentally gotten through that without personal development, because that was really freaking hard. When every time I go to the doctor and they'd be like, no. And I was like crushed. I'm like, I was going through this, like, why do I even exist? Why am I even on this planet? What's the point? I'm supposed to be here to have a family. I'm supposed to, like I want to have, what the heck? I remember just being so frustrated. And y'all aren't going to go through, it may not be infertility, but it's something. It may be a medical condition, or it may be why am I not married yet? Or it may be why am I in this position? Like, what is the deal? And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, if I just keep doing this, when I get to that point where I am up in a family, or I am, free from my job, or I am debt free now, I look back and be like, man, that was really worth it. I put myself into this. I did my power hours. So I hope this kind of helps you really cast that vision for yourself and really, really think about it, and evolve that why as you grow. Really evolve it. Like, okay, I've done a retreat in Salt Lake, so now it's like, okay, what's next? You always got to be thinking, what's next? I have the savings. Okay, let's try and see if I can double it. Okay, I've got the pool in my yard now. What's next, right? Like, what's the next vision for me? And I don't mean it to, stress yourself out, but always just have something in front of you to keep you going, to keep you moving forward. Like, maybe you have a dream house that you really badly want, or maybe you have an RV that you really badly want, or have a boat, or who knows? You've got stuff you would love to have, right? You've got stuff you'd love your kids to have, college savings in general, creating a memory with them, maybe in Washington, D.C., or camping in Yosemite, or those big places that cost money to get there. Like, Disney is not cheap. There's nothing cheap about this trip. We've already paid for it, and it's like, there's nothing cheap about, a long weekend in Disneyland at all. The passes to get in, the staying, everything, at the hotel, all of it. And then the food there, we bring a lot, but it still has its moments. So anyways, my point of that is I always just have this mentality of, if I'm checking off, okay, 2 invites, 3 invites, 5 invites, every week I know I'm going to hit Success Club. I know I'm going to bring in new coaches because I'm paying attention. Okay, who bought challenge packs for me last month? Let me make sure I'm helping them get results. And they get super excited, and people are going to be all over them. And I got to make sure they understand there's a business opportunity to earn, a referral credit, if you will. And they say there's an opportunity, or how do I say it? Your next Shakeology shipment's coming up. Would you be interested to learn more about the discount on it, or how to earn it for free, or even make a little extra money? And I kind of introduced it in that way, and I wait to see what they say, because it also gives them the option to cancel in case they don't want another shipment, which is fine. That's good customer service. You never know. I can't tell you how many people have gone on and off, and then they come back on. I mean, it's cool stuff. And it also opens the door to invite all your challengers to join your team, more than just for a discount. To actually be like, wait, I have a lot of coaches that join for the discount. I saw you're not all in a bigger team of ours page because we don't want to confuse you. So we don't add everybody there because it's really overwhelming. But I had seen something about, don't add your discount coaches in here and whatnot. And I was like, that's kind of strange, because I know a lot of coaches we've added to our team that came in for a discount and now are getting Success Club and adding coaches to their team. And it's like, I'm glad I added mine, because they saw the vision through the team. They saw like, whoa, I can actually make some money. So when I saw that coach that, I was like, I don't agree with that. Now, I do agree that we should make sure they kind of are aware, like, hey, we have a team. Love to invite you. It's a lot of info. You can turn the notifications off and just peek in every once in a while. Or if you're interested in more info about how we build this business, be happy to tell you. And those are ways that you bring in your builders, because then they're going to start being like, okay, how do I do this? What exactly do I do? Right? And you teach them, guys, don't overcomplicate it. It's Success Club, it's Emerald, it's Diamond, and beyond. And 2-star is really where it really kicks in and starts. And that's why I've come up with this awesome gift, with the exception of the males. Gotta work on that. Baby steps. All right, so do we have any questions? You guys don't have any questions? You're all good? And Success Club, you all know, come from challenge packs, and you can upgrade coaches. No love for the males. I'll have to talk with the other coaches and figure out. Me and the reason this came up was because Jackie hit 3-star qualifying, and her coach was like, "What do I get her? What should I do?" And I was like, let me think about this, because I never really thought about it for a 2-star gift. And she was like, "What should I do? What should I do?" And then I came upon that necklace, and I was like, "Oh my God, they would love this. This is from Tiffany's, which is so cool. And it'd be their initial, and it'd be meaningful, and they'd have it forever. And it's not too expensive to where it's like ridiculous. And it's a great 2-star gift." So the guys, I have to really like think of something that would be more than just a wear and tear backpack or something. 2 stars kind of a big deal. I did give John Walls a watch when he turned 1 star. So maybe a watch. Okay, I would kick him out of your group. Goodbye. Go be in their group. Not cool, man. Not cool. It's all good, though. It happens. You guys seem like you got this all down. No questions for me? Well, you've got me. What's your goal? Do you guys have new goals since we've chatted? And you should put a date on your goal. It's okay if you don't miss it. I mean, if you miss it, obviously, hello. I've been trying to hit a goal for 3 quarters now. So I've gone from August 20th to May 20th, and we'll see what happens. It may happen, it may not. I've got my mind on it, and I'm focused on it. I'm working on it. Right? You should set goals, set dates, and don't beat yourself up if it doesn't happen. It's okay. It will happen if you keep going. Everything will happen. Every dream you have will come true if you keep going. That's bottom line. Don't slow down. Nice. And a lot of you are in the It Starts With Diamond group, so don't forget about that big pot of money waiting on you. There is major... Honestly, it's your mind. You wake up, you're like, I'm tired. I don't want to talk to people. It's you have those mornings where you're just like, just put some great reading in your head. Put some great YouTube in your head. I do a lot of Les Brown in my head. For Deanna, she's newer coach. So I would tell you, what have I been telling the newer coaches to read? No, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, Sincero. I'll write it out for you. I go here to audible.com and I get You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. That one's good too. Record network marketing business is good for how do you build this thing. I like You're a Badass if you don't believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta know, I can do this. If Lyndsi can do this, I can do this. I mean, oh my gosh, I barely was able to get team shirts out to everybody. I jacked that up, between me and the assistant and the guy who didn't give me the order. That was so jacked up, but I still am over here doing it. Push is great. Yep. Go for no. Oh, we're 4 weeks away from the end already. Aren't we only in week 4? Wasn't that last week 3? Wow. So
I think the final day that you can advance was June 18th or something.
Well, that's coming up.
Yeah, so I think
it seems it's coming.
I think you need to lock everything in for the 17th so that you'll rank advance for that. It's either the 18th is the rank advance date or the 25th, but I seem to remember seeing something about the 17th and 18th.
So my theory is, or my thoughts are, that you create a lot of sneak peek action. You get a lot of challengers right now and you upgrade them and you just, balls to the wall, go after people, post more often. I noticed that, and something I know, and you guys understand value and tips, right? So for example, this is something that is important. When you guys have stuff going on in your world that is like, oh, this is so great, you guys share that on Facebook, because your followers will love you to pieces and will trust you even more. So, for example, today I shared about a Contigo water bottle that I found. I can't say it's the best thing ever, but right now it's doing great. It's got a straw thing, and it tightens, and when you pull the straw out, it closes. So my kids can't dump water everywhere. And I'm sure I'm not alone with kids who take their cups and dump water and their sippy things or whatever those juice things are. My kids will be like, and then they'll start playing in the water all over my floor. And I'm just like, and so I thought it was really cool that I found this cup that if they pull the straw out, they can't dump water. So I shared it with photos of one of my kids. I have a really cool, I made a really cool mini pepper with ground turkey and like a guacamole and a little bit of salsa. And I took I did these mini peppers that people usually eat those with like hummus and stuff. And I just was like, okay, I need another vegetable, and this is crunchy. And I put like I put a little bit of the, it was like burrito bowl, you know, like Chipotle or whatever, turkey and guacamole. I just put a little bit in the pepper and I cut it up, and I'm like, this is so great. It's got a crunch and it's not like a chip, right? Chips and guac. And so I, sorry, but it was a cool, like, I haven't shared it yet, but it is another trick I do, guys, is I save a lot of stuff in my phone, and then I'll come up with times to post it. So I've got that pepper in there ready to be posted. I've got a quote that I wrote out that I'm reading in this book. You guys know when you read books, you can get amazing quotes, right? And you can totally share them on Facebook. People love it. And I have a quote. It says, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going, right? It's a really cool quote that'll attract the right people. And then I found this hand lotion that if you're a mom and you wash your hands 100 million times, or dad, I'm sure you're right along with me, you know, the kids with the peanut butter everywhere, whatever they're doing, and you got to wash your hands like 100 times and your hands are like cracking, like mine do that. I found this weekend this really awesome lotion that stays on even through hand washing, because Bath and Body Works lotion is crap. It really is. It's just like flavoring. It's not hydrating what I need done. So I made a photo of me with the lotion. I haven't shared it yet, but I will, because it'll be a great tip for people who have dry skin, nurses, stuff like that. It works really well for them. So I save, it's called Kiehl's Ultimate Strength Hand Salve, S-A-L-V-E. And there's a little photo of me holding and it's over by my sink, and you put it on and you can go through a couple hand washes and it will continue to hydrate your skin. Now, you also want to think about, right, so you would share that lotion. Now, you also want to think about your Facebook is your Kardashian show, okay? If you've never seen the Kardashians, then think Housewives. If you've never seen Housewives, then think, what else is a reality show out there? Like, you know, Teen Mom or whatever. I don't know if you've seen any of those. But you have to treat your Facebook like a freaking show. People are watching. They want to see you, you know, like when Dennis did the video and slapped himself in the face. Love it. They love it. Those people love it. Like, that is like, that's awesome. He's not perfect. He's working out. He just slapped himself in the face. You know, or if you're doing a video and your kid is like climbing over you, right? And you're like, okay, I just lifted a weight and it just nearly punched my kid in the face. And, you know, they want to see like that stuff. Like, not they don't want to see punching the kid in the face, but they want to see that like your kid is trying to climb on your arm while you're trying to lift, or whatever you're going through. Like, people want to see. You know, I always post about when I have the hardest days and the kids are like on my legs and I'm like, can I please just have this 30 minutes of you just like kind of hanging out? Or the kids are doing push-ups right next to you, right? Like, you know, they'll get up and they'll do the thing. Like, those are great photos if you can get them. I know they're hard to get, but if you can get them to pose for photos, you can say, be the example. Like, I'm being their example. They're going to look at you one day and be like, oh my God, like my dad, my mom worked out every day. My dad, my mom worked. I've been reading this book called Strong Moms, Strong Sons or something like that. And the one thing, one of the stories the guy says is, you know, one thing I noticed about my mom was she was such a hardworking mom and she did it for us. And I know that it took some time away from, time with us, but it helped me become an amazing son and a really hardworking son. And so I think that's really important as well, you know, to share like, hey, I'm being an example to my children one day that they're going to be amazing because of me. So value. Okay. So quotes, sharing stuff about your kids. Hang on. Engaging people, like, should I wear this red dress or should I wear this white dress? Like, which one do you like? Or if you could choose, would you go to Florida, Disney World, or would you go to Disneyland, right? You get a ton of people who are going to be like, I'd rather go to the world. I'd rather go to the world. And that'll create like major engagement on Facebook, which is what you want because it's a popularity contest. And if you're not popular, if you're not getting likes, if you're not getting comments, if you're not getting shares, nobody's going to see your posts. And you want them. And that's why I tell everyone, don't share from other pages. You share from other pages, you're giving them popularity, not yourself. And it does you no good. So take the photo, save the photo, repost the photo that you found on the other pages. That's what I do. And then make your own comments about it. Another fun thing you can do is, you know, I get these cool, like, in case you have not been adequately informed, please consider this official notification that you are awesome. And go post that on a couple of your people's pages that come to your mind. And tell them, like, hey, you came to mind. You know, like, I share the pool. I share funny stuff. Like, this guy's, like, grabbing an ice cream sandwich. It's almost swimsuit season, and I'm just like, I need this. And it's an ice cream sandwich, and it's funny. And, like, people will relate. When I was traveling to Mexico, is that where I went? Mexico. And I bought this roll-on perfume, and I thought it was so cool because I didn't have to take the whole bottle. And I was like, hey, I'm going to share this to Facebook because my followers would probably appreciate this. Check this out. If you're going to travel, you only need to get this roller thing. It fits in your purse. And my favorite is Juicy. And I don't know how much it was, but go to Ulta and get it. Or I found No Frizz shampoo, which is something that, like, where's Janelle? Is she still on? She could be sharing, like, hair demo stuff and attracting people left and right. Like, hey, this is how we curl hair, and this is how we do whatever. And stuff like that will bring her people who are going to be, like, interested in the hair, and they'll watch her talk about Beachbody and be like, what's this fitness thing? Because that will just, everybody needs health and fitness. So by sharing stuff that you know that you're good at, like, if you're a cook and food is your thing, then share recipes with people. Like, I'm not that great. Me throwing some turkey on a pepper and, like, some guac and being like, hey, this is how this works. If people are going to love it because it's like, oh, cool, it's a crunch. I want a crunch, but it's not a carb. And I ran out of my yellows or whatever. Like, they'll love it. They'll love that. Different, like, things like that you don't even realize that people need to hear from you, that you do at home. Like, this is how I meal prep. This is how I get through a week with crazy kids. This is how I get my workout in around my kids. I do it at nap time, or I do it when, you know, I do it with them, and it may not be perfect, and I may not get, you know, as much of a pump in, you know, if you're lifting or whatever, like, that I wanted, but I got it done. Because at the end of the day, 80% of my results comes from the kitchen, right? Or whatever. Or, you know, like, you think about different things, and you guys have interests, talk about your interests, meet people that way. Jeffrey Armbruster meets everyone in Disney World groups because he's freaking on a plane to Disney again. I swear he was just there like 2 weeks ago. He's right on his way back. So, yeah, no, this is it. I'm just adding some, this call is kind of a longer call, but it usually goes because I've got a lot to share. But, yeah, if you can sing. Have you met John Walls? Did you hear him sing? Like, I lost 100 pounds, or he was singing something about losing pounds and to some song. And I'm like, dude, is this on your wall? I don't even think he ever put it on his wall, and he should. Because that's, like, people will like that, or they won't. They're either gonna love it or they're gonna hate it. Yeah, he does. Yeah. And, I mean, another pound off my gut. Yes, that's what it was. He sang it to Another One Bites the Dust. Another pound off my gut. And he sang like a whole, like, 2 minutes. And I'm like, why are you sharing this in here? Go share it on your wall. This is so cool. Like, we love it, but go share it on your wall. Go share with your followers. Go share it on your like page. Sponsor it, right? Video is huge, guys. So if you're doing like, here's a great leg workout. Here's a way to modify lunges. Here's a way to modify push-ups. And you show that in a video, you put it on Instagram, you put it on Facebook, it's going to do good. People are going to be like, oh, thanks. It's crazy how it works. But I know this is a lot of info. Think about what you are. Who do you want to be? You don't have to be all of this. I barely share moves of workouts. I've done one. You know, Janelle is a hair girl, I'm pretty sure. And I think that her sharing, you know, she's probably got a lot of great tips and like could share a lot of great stuff about hair on Facebook and attract people just to get into her posts. And she can weave a little bit of Beachbody talk in there as well. You know, or if food's your thing, don't feel like I have to do recipes. I have to do workout videos. I have to do this. I have to do that. No, just pick a couple things and share value. Like, and when you find something cool, like a lotion that you can wash your hands and you still stay hydrated with those hands, share that stuff on Facebook and tell people where to go get it. They love that stuff. That's adding value. And then intermixed with that is, hey, I'm running a challenge group. I'm looking for 10 people, blah, 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 blah. It's just, it's another way to go about, you know, advertising around your also inviting. Don't ever stop inviting people privately. Posts don't get you everywhere, but they get you far. I would have never signed up to coach if my coach wouldn't have kept posting about payday. Never. It took me we even had free coach sign up. I wouldn't have even had to pay a dime. We had free coach sign up. There was no challenge pack, nothing. And I still said no to the whole thing. And then I started watching her post again, and I was like, seriously? Okay, I'm going to give this thing a shot. And that's how it worked. That's how I attracted myself into it, or she attracted me into it. And it's like, she's gone. She's not really around anymore, which kind of sucks. But she did a fine job getting me in. And now it's, you know, me doing a fine job of bringing in people and teaching them how to do that as well. So anyways, if you guys don't have any questions, I'll totally let you go. I know this kind of runs a little longer than most calls, but I hope it was helpful. And I hope you keep that vision in front of you. I always look over here when I'm talking because my vision board, my goals are over here, along with my rewritten everyday goals. And I also do the good stuff, like what good has happened. You know, like I'm at this many points, or I have a roof over my head, my kids are healthy. Like, you got to be grateful for the simple stuff too, right? So I kind of do gratitude / I am a millionaire, I am a 5-time elite coach, all that stuff. Like, I also do that. Goals and all that good stuff. All right, guys. Yay, I'm glad it was helpful. I really hope you put that vision in front of you every day. It's just the simple, small steps every single day. 3 invites, 5 invites, 1 invite, whatever you can get done that will, and making sure you're posting and showing up on Facebook, that's going to add up. And it's going to get you to a 6. It will get you there, I promise, if you just keep going. Even on those days you want to just not keep going. All right. Well, have a great night. I'm sorry it took so long. I hope this was okay. And yeah, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. And now go build your dreams, guys. All right. I'll talk to you guys, or we'll see you on the team call tomorrow night. Bye.